Hello and welcome to Spring Commander Forged Alliance. We're on Setton's Clutch watching Gala. This will be another video in the Pro Series, this one on Rock. And I think for these, for both Rock and Beach, we'll make multiple videos because there's so many different ways to play it. See what Gala decides to do in this one. He is going second air. Let's see how quickly he grabs these rocks. He is taking on Tiep, who's Aeon. Gala is Sarah. Yeah, the possibilities here are endless. This rock position is different from this rock position. You can see how the Hydra here is a little further away. So typically the build orders are also a bit different. Of course, both spots have a nice assortment of rocks. Early on, the first two engineers, yeah, it's all 100% build capacity into PGens, and actually, yeah, this is nice. This is a very nice build order. So 4 PGens, 2 mass extractors, and then completion with the ACU, while the 3 mass extractors are going to be in a big mission to get to Hydra. Yeah, this is the way to play this spot. And the 4th, yeah, he's going to get the rocks. So even without getting the rocks, Gala did not power stall. And yeah, no mass stall or power stall so far from Gala. So nearly perfectly played. Let's see how quickly he gets his air, how quickly he gets his island, and whether or not he goes first transport, first scout, first inti, first bomber if you're dim. And at the Hydro, it appears that Gala wants to get another factory and a power spam with a single engineer coming out, and also a PGen and a radar out in the field. And perfect timing on this reclaim from Gala so far. Also a lot of build capacity planned at the naval position. Let's see if he actually completes all 4 land factories. That's 1,000 mass. He might as well build an extra tech to mass extractor. And I don't think there was too much mass from mid here from Laneless. Although it might just start coming in here for Gala. Gala has used up all of his reclaim. He's got perfect power. He started out with a scout. So we'll see what he can see with the scout. Yeah, now he did get a little bit of mass from mid. Tech to mass extractors. A lot of assists on the air factory. Also, the positioning of the 2 factories is critical here. You can see how once Gala gets a transport, these engineers are going to be perfect to be picked up and transported over. So Gala doesn't just have 2 factories, he has a nice spot for his engineers. And from here, the engineers can either assist tech to mass extractor upgrades or the air factory, or more PGens if they're necessary. Bit of an air fight. Looks like Tiep did a little better micro there, but numbers for Gala should win it. Good looking scout from Gala. I think he will see that there is no transport unless one is already on the way, which is a possibility. It would have been a very strong rush. There's also a scout from Tiep. And interestingly, yeah, the micro with the transport is never straightforward. 4 engineers on the transport, they're all going to go on the island. And so far, Gala playing extremely well in terms of the balance in his eco. He might finally get some excess power here for the first time. Also, the amount of land factories that he has planned is quite large, so a big investment into build capacity from Gala, and this PGen spam is perhaps the only inefficient thing he's done so far, but PGens in these games are always good. The worst case scenario, he has given a little extra to his allies, and of course he's also poised to really start spamming air hard. And when you're playing against Tiep, you always want to have that capability. In terms of upgrading to Tech 2 with his mass extractors, he has really been assisting. And this is where another nice piece of engineer management. There's a single engineer who is assisting the air factory, and then any other engineers were assisting that engineer. So that way you avoid all the bumping of engineers when you select a bunch of engineers and have them assist the factory. And the first naval factory will be from the island. The island, no defensive structures whatsoever. So Gala relying on his scouting. Also, this is a fairly big investment, that radar. Negative 10, I believe. Negative 20. Usually, but a little bit of adjacency. It's negative 18. And, yep. Gala is going to be assisting. Big factory attack moves for reclaim and another NG drop. In terms of radar coverage, you can see these two radars placed so he doesn't get dropped in behind his base. This is also a place where radars are common and where drops often come through. Fairly big assault now coming in, and looks like on the other side Zauk's doing something interesting from rock. First frigates coming out. They're going to directly at Tiep's naval production. And still have not seen Gala upgrade a mass extractor without assist. I want to see if he'll do it at some point. No, he's not. He just doesn't do that. Maybe he'll do it on the island. Also, factory here. It's always dangerous not to build up a factory. Maybe a couple arty makes the island much safer from drops if you have a couple arty standing by. Zauk abusing Hawk in the other ocean. Gala, a little bit of mass stalling, but nothing major. He completed that Tech 2 mass extractor upgrade very quickly, which is the way you want to do mass upgrades. And naval factory in the middle. So something of a naval rush here planned from Gala. A bit of an air fight. Similar numbers, but I actually think Gala will win this. He will. He's got multiple bombers standing by. There is already Navy for Tiep in the water, but these bombers can do a good job of suppressing that production. Together with this frigate, this could be a bit of an issue for Tiep, although Tiep with Aeon, he can make some Auroras. Try to get back into this one. Although Auroras versus frigates typically not the way to go. Yeah, this bomber is really focused on... Oh, look at that. That bomber just took out a submarine. Very nice bomber. There is already a submarine from Tiep, which will be a problem until there's Tech 2 Navy for Gala, or if Gala gets some Tech 2 torpedo bombers. Which I'll be surprised to see that. Oh, and finally some Tech 2 mass extractors being upgraded without assist, although one of them on a very big assist. Some RT, so perhaps some drops coming up. And the move order from this air factory is to the naval production, which is 2 factories, big assist. Looks like this factory will be a engineer producer, this factory will be the frigate producer. And this frigate suppressing any production of Navy. Good move from Gala, and Gala is very close to killing this factory. He wants to kill it as soon as possible. And of course I misspoke, they're submarines from Gala. And the sub fight will be won barely by Gala. It's no small feat to win a... Oh, look at this. Some good piece of bombing from Gala there. Winning sub fights with Seraphim is, you always need a little bit of luck. That sub was shooting a frigate for a while instead of shooting the submarine. Drops are planned for Gala. So this has been a very good pressure with bombers and Tech 1 Navy. And he's also applying pressure on mid. Doing this usually forces your enemy beach player to make more air. And actually Tech to air from tip, so that's something to take into account. So gunships are a possibility, as well as torpedo bombers. TIP's ACU also comes out, try to deal with the situation. So perhaps a couple swift winds here from TIP will really help them out. We're also seeing a few auroras. TIP attempting to make a torpedo launcher, but that's what Gala primaries. A lot of build capacity coming in as well. And a very good mix of submarines and frigates here. Just enough submarines to kill the enemy subs and just enough frigates to provide the firepower to suppress the naval production. Yeah, it's very tough for TIP. If it wasn't TIP, this probably would already been a rage quit. And notice how TIP throughout this entire battle has been teching. So he's very even with Gala in terms of eco. Gala is actually a bit low on power, so he is, no, actually he's fine on power. He's got just enough. He has produced a number of tech to mass ejectors, reclaimed or recycled a bunch of his land factories. And the next set of Tech 2 mass ejectors to be upgraded will be on the island. As we're seeing Tiep really fight his way back, and I really think it's those torpedo bombers and winning the air, which has really helped. So quite a bit of reclaim here for Tiep. So even though Gala played that extremely well, it just wasn't enough. So something to learn if you're Aeon. You got good options, Tech to air, you got the option of Aurora. And one thing not to forget is to continue to upgrade. And this is where we're already a minute 12. Gala is just getting his first Tech 2 naval ship, which will be a cruiser. If Gala could have got that a little quicker, it would have been a lot more powerful. And actually, now we see Tech to Navy from Tiep as well. But I think Gala was in a bit of a mass stall for a little while there. ASF from Owleton, which is Alex. It's always very annoying to see ASF from your enemy when you're doing a rush build like this. And of course, as always, discussions of resource allocation. Probably getting screwed by his allies. You can see his shields aren't working. Gala goes into the ocean. He's probably going to get a RAS of his own here shortly. The cruiser now for Gala. Tiep with a massive Aurora spam. And destroyer coming out. And in terms of Tech 1 mask extractors, I think there's only one left right over here. One of the more vulnerable Tech 1 mask extractors is still not being upgraded. The rest are at Tech 2. This is an interesting scout there from Tiep. And that's something never to forget about Tech 1 air scouts. They're quite potent when you just let them sit somewhere. When they fly, they usually attract attention when they just sit. A lot of times people miss them. So next thing to look is how Gala upgrades his Tech 3 mask ejectors. This is definitely not a typical eco build. And once again, Tiep with the perfect choice of counter. This Tech 2 submarine, the cheapest, very quick, and the cheapest counter to the cruiser. No doubt he did scout and saw there was a cruiser coming out. I also saw, I thought, a destroyer being built. Perhaps there's a destroyer somewhere in this crowd of units. The cruiser for Gala retreats, 19 kills. Destroyer for Gala here is fairly critical. And in terms of build capacity, it's kind of low for Gala. And yeah, 19 kills. Survives with 500 health. another, this is not an HQ, this is a support factory. So when you do this type of rush build, you put your HQ in a fairly vulnerable position. And now Auroras versus frigates, 7 kills. And this Tech 2 sub has been quite a bit of nuisance. That's why Gala produced that torpedo launcher. And this, yeah, Gala attempting to make resource allocation. It looks like he was doing a little power stalling, of course. Yeah, that's something to look for. I don't think he usually uses the power throttle when he's, yeah. That looks like a power throttle to me, or, yeah, that's a power throttle on the rock. Yeah. A destroyer's out for Gala. And now also some help from Pachirico. Yeah, these Riptides are going to be very powerful. Although this destroyer direct fire is going to be a big nuisance. Also a destroyer now, we just saw one shot. Yeah, it takes out the torpedo launcher, which will allow the submarine to move in. And we're seeing now blazes together with the Riptides, making Gala's life very difficult. 25 kills on his cruiser, probably wants to retreat. He's got paused engineers here, so he hasn't really been producing too much, and that's the problem with resource allocation. Resource allocation and rush builds just don't mix. I think resource allocation is perfect when you just play eco and play defense. When you have to do things like pause and kill your entire eco for a minute or two to get this upgrade, you become very vulnerable. And this is, yeah, the Galley getting ran over. It's going to be a major victory for Tiep, who's going to be getting a lot of reclaim. I really hope this game doesn't desync. Maybe I can watch the whole thing. Yeah, because the other ocean also has a good battle. Maybe I'll watch something like first 30 minutes or so, or we'll see. Because that could be also an interesting fight to look at. And there goes the HQ, so Gala needs to build a new HQ. This will be the last destroyer he'll make until he gets a new HQ. He's got huge amounts of mass in the bank. He's finished his RAS. And a whole bunch of torpedo bombers now from Foley. He's going to have to assist his allies. Scouting from Laneless. And it's always nice to see your mid players helping out with all kinds of things. Tech 2 tanks, scouts, omnis. Any Tech 3 mask extractors yet for Gala? He's poised to produce quite a few. He's got multiple groups of upgraders. He's also got a group of recyclers, 2 group of recyclers. And his 4 naval factories spamming build capacity. This is his new HQ. These 2 factories fairly close together. Let's see how Gala decides to play it. And there's a fairly massive force moving his way. It's mostly floating units, but it's still an issue. And this is always very painful to see your old base getting reclaimed by your enemy. Of course, Gala can't see this, but Tiep is right there with him, even though Gala has an extra 5 mass extractors, which are now at Tech 2. Looks like Foley has decided to help against Zoc in the other ocean. So saving Hawk. Hawk is definitely way behind. Gala doesn't really need saving, although he just lost a destroyer. And with this many Riptides, they can get in here, start causing all kinds of problems. A couple of Tech 3 mass extractors coming up, and unless Gala gets help, and I think this topside has a big luxury, Foley versus Alex. If it was the other way around, I think this game would be over. But Foley not really getting challenged in air, and using torpedo bombers here to kill off a cyber navy. I think he can switch over, maybe even go with a couple of restorers. Restorers would be absolutely deadly against Auroras. And I don't see any tech to flak yet from Tiep, although I did see blazes, so that's a possibility. And 2 destroyers, a sonar, and a whole bunch of Auroras against 3 destroyers and a lot of build capacity. 4th destroyer coming out, so unless, yeah, I think the chance to damage Gala here is slipping away as he builds up his Tech 2 force. His engineers getting killed. Some Tech 3 torpedo bombers now from Folly. 10 kills, 4 kills, 10 kills. 4 destroyers, yeah, this might be a big massacre. However, Gala is losing tech to mass ejectors on the island, which is giving Tiep a slight lead in mass production. Yeah, that's the beauty of the Aeon Destroyer against stationary targets. It's very good. It's got nice range, it's got nice arc, so it doesn't get blocked by shorelines. Although it does miss sometimes. Torpedo bombers now from Folly will help out for Gala. And gotta say, Tiep did cause his damage. He destroyed the initial base, took the reclaim, and now he came in and is in the process of killing the last Tech 2 mass extractor. Though now has to retreat because he is under aerial assault. And yeah, there's actually 4 destroyers, 4 versus 4, actually 6. Aeon trying to get out of range. If you're in range of a Seraphim destroyer, your life sucks. You really got to keep on kiting. The Aeon destroyer is quite good at kiting. Has a long range, can shoot in any direction. And yep, this is a massacre now. Total domination by Gala. And now I think the best move for Tiep is to retreat this entire mass of units. Restorers for Folly. So Gala feeling safe, and with this luxury of total, oh wow, look at that stream of restorers. You probably wouldn't even need those, but it's always nice to know that even if you screw up, you're going to get bailed out and then claim all the mass. Alex needs mass, but it's right over here, and you're not going to get it. Yeah, I'll start speeding this up. Minute 21. How many Tech 2 mass ejectors are left? 8. And also notice how Gala has been upgrading the ones that are the most protected. Tiep is ahead on mass, but once Gala regains control of his island, puts those back up to Tech 2, plus yeah, he's gonna get huge reclaim here. He just continues to build up a huge destroyer force. Now 7. It's about 300 damage from each one of these. Actually about 200 something from each one of those direct fire cannons. You can start killing single destroyers within a few seconds. Oh, and looks like a megalith from Pachirico. And once again, the luxury of having a better air player. Sorry, Alex, but I think that's the case here. Plus a chicken coming in from Laneless. That megalith is in a bad shape. And one thing about Seraphim, no Tech 3 sonar, and that's something that's definitely missing from Gala's arsenal, who is now working on a battleship. But it'd be nice to see some Tech 3 sonar from perhaps Foley. Yeah, it sucks to have for both mid and a naval player. Oh, and the first airfight. This is going to be critical. Can Alex prove me wrong? Perfect placement of those resties. Alex bails out. No Omni. Yeah, it's been destroyed. So Alex fighting at the right moment, but just the numbers and the beauty of the Restorer. As Gala is in full retaliatory mode here, but he is facing Tiep, who's got a huge navy of his own. So pretty massive tech to naval fight in this one. As Pachirico might find himself killed. However, yeah, these resties were a bit out of position, and Alex using that naming mod. Strat bombs against Pachirico. Pachirico gets hit in the face. This will force Alex to fight. Pachirico on a Tech 3 ACU will build up the shields very quickly. There's also some Tech 3 AA here. But total disaster here. Laneless. Oh, looks like that chicken died. It must have been this megalith. But a lot of reclaim now in this ocean. Which will make this fight between Tiep and Gala critical. And I'm assuming that's Tech 3 now. Whoever wins this naval fight can get a lot of reclaim from that air fight. Also, this right here will be critical to see who gets that. And it does appear that Hakuto is in a counter-attacking mode, although I don't think he's got the proper units. I see Tech 3 Navy from Zoc. And what is that, a sporting ECU? No, that's Foley going into the pond behind Gala's base. Alex getting chased all over the map. And we're seeing Strat Bombers getting built up by Foley. Foley playing air extremely well. But one big advantage to the bottom side, which we can see, is Zoc's eco versus Hakuto's eco. So a big advantage in the top ocean. In this bottom ocean, which we've been watching, finally Gala has surpassed Tiep just because he is rock. Sitting on a couple more Tech 2 mass ejectors, 6 more, which he's upgrading now. And now we're at the Tech 3 stage in Navy. I think unless Gala gets some help from Aeon from Foley, the Tempests might make Gala's life very difficult. Also missile ships for later. Nuke has been spotted. Ooh, this is a great game. I didn't even know this is such a good game. Here comes the Strat bombing snap attempt against Pachirico. So a dodge. Ooh, a successful dodge from Pachirico, but I don't think he's gonna survive, because there's gonna be a second wave. With Pachirico dancing, oh, beautiful piece of dancing there from Pachirico. And that's the problem with Aeon strats. They have the worst splash. You can really fake them out. And there's still 3 strats up in the air. Will they be protected? Maybe this megalith can protect Pachirico's ACU. But I think Pachirico will survive. There's also cruisers. There are also cruisers from Zoc. And 2 megalith and a surviving ACU. I think Pachirico probably wants to get out of there. Well, that was great. As the naval fight continues, oh my goodness, this is a rather massive assault here from, but it's Oltec 2. So these battleships have the range now. There's 3 battleships, 4th coming out. A lot of build capacity here from Gala. Gala really working on that anti-nuke. He wants to get it as soon as possible. Tech 1, oh, this is always great to see. In the face of all that ASF, you gotta kill the build capacity of your enemy, and this is what Gala's doing. And he is also gonna spot a Tempest. Oh, that was a gorgeous piece of bombing. I'm sorry, I have to see how many kills. 12 kills, none kills, 6, 3, 27. Yeah, that was excellent. I think they're all gonna die now. But that was, oh, no, I don't want to go observer. I want to go Gala. He's now got the top mass income, but he's going to be facing some very difficult units to deal with. And then a Wassa from the middle from Laneless, and it is going to get well, yeah, dodge this, Pachirico. Oh my, okay. They need to kill it now. So Alex getting kind of abused here. The next target will be The Petrarica will get to rebuild. And this will be... Yeah, sucks for Tiep right now. He does have a single Tempest built. And after this naval fight, I see a lot of dead Aeon in the water. The Was is still alive with the great entourage of Foley's ASF. And this is actually Tiep's ACU, yes. However, that's not where the bomb is going. The bomb is going after the naval production. So the top side really dominating. And I think Gala could be in position to win this. However, Petrarico is helping out quite a bit in the bottom ocean. The Owasso is going to continue to do damage. I gotta see how many kills it has. It's at 156 kills. It will target the nuke. Will it kill the nuke? Whistleblower. And there's a lot of Tech 3 AA. Will however, yeah, these shields are still alive, so how many more passes does that Awasa still have? Restorers given over to Gala, but yeah, this is a huge navy. Together with that Tempest, it's going to be difficult to break through. Second, yeah, Alex here, keeping his nuke alive. The Awasa is now going to fly over Zog's base. This is what fun
Strategic
is.
launch detected.
And the nuke is launched by who? I'm assuming this one's from Alex. Gosh, I gotta see the kills on that Awasa. 261. Not bad. Definitely not bad. I think they just saw the nuke. So the nuke is going after Hawk. So they're gonna go kill the weakest flare. Some Tech 3 mass ejectors get taken out. Amazingly, all the ACUs are still alive, which makes me happy. And the power throttle is still going. Anti-nuke protection. There's a single anti-nuke already built. And we're seeing SCUs being produced by Gala. Meanwhile, the Awasa. This will be a great target if it can break through. But Alex has some very good defensive positions. A lot of Tech 1 AA. And Tiep's base getting torn up. If Tiep didn't have such a massive navy already built up, he would be absolutely screwed. But I think he's screwed because where is he going to get that build capacity? And also his base has been screwed. But a successful nuke. So what we're going to see theoretically here is Zog's going to win his ocean. Gala's going to win his ocean. And I'd like to see, okay, shields continue to protect. Whether or not people like to watch games like this, or do you want to see the whole thing? What's more exciting? So far, I've kind of liked this. What will be the next? Laneless 419. Even if this desyncs, I'm still going to upload it just because. Oh, whistleblower protection is not dead yet, but will be dead soon. Oh, well, this will be a great bomb. The micro for Laneless has been spectacular, but I think that's the end. 581 kills at the very end. Definitely worth it, but it's going to be a nice chunk of mastery claim for Zog, who should be in full swing here trying to kill whatever navy Hawk has. Alex amazingly has survived and still has his anti-nuke and his nuke launcher. Did lose quite a bit of build capacity, but it needs to do something about air. Tempest against Restorers. Petrarico building up a Tech 2 Navy. What does Gala have in terms of Navy here? He's sitting on only 3 battleships, so it looks like he got assaulted a bit. He's now also has UEF Tech, so he's going to get shields. It's a very good looking unit here. The Tech 3 aircraft carrier also has some missiles on it. This is like a the perfect cruiser. Strats being readied by Foley to do more damage, and look at that, submarines versus battleships. Great use of units from Zoc, and Lanel's got to be worried. He's nearly done with the second Wasa. Maybe he can outdo the first, but Lanel's base will be a primary target here, because that will open things up for these two megaliths. Actually, those megaliths could be used perhaps to help in this bottom ocean. Gala asking for some T3 torps. You might see an Awasa versus Navy, or a Awasa versus submarines. No bomb has been deployed in that pass. We're seeing SCUs from Gala. And also killing, there's an Omniar there. This will be a primary target for one of these battleships. Resties versus... Oh, okay, so the top side's still dreaming about saving Hawk. But look at all those shields. This might be a big waste of resources. Might be a case where you just gotta let your ally die and support your other ally, because yeah, that area just disappeared. This might give Alex a chance to get back into this one. In terms of eco, fairly large eco from Gala. It's all those mass fabs. Anti-nuke on the island. Yeah, it's the builders, SCU builders, and Tiep's still in the water, amazingly. Yeah, Gala, I think he had a chance to move in and kill everything, maybe if he produced a couple more battleships. But that did not happen. And I'm seeing anti-nukes all over the place from Gala. More attempts to kill Zoc's Navy. Just throwing massive... Oh, and Laneless with his Awasa. I should have been watching this. Apologies. Oh, it's only got 6 kills. I missed nothing. Oh, but that's a fairly good anti-shield weapon. Yeah. If you got an Awasa and that many to take 3 torpedo bombers, you got hope. Alex, you need to do something. Unit cap for Gala. He needs to share with Laneless, because he's gonna not have a base pretty soon. Yeah, it's not what I expected. Gala is going to move in, but this is a lot of Tempests, although one of them is about to die. Yeah, I think eventually Gala should win this Navy. And maybe an air fight. Alex runs away again. What is he running away from here? Foley asking for something. He's sitting on 200 ASF. Zoc building up some Tech 3A. Yes, I guess. Yeah, when you're facing that many Tech 3 torpedo bombers, it's hard to stay in the water. I mean, Zoc had like 20 or 30 shields. It didn't help. Great looking Awasa. Both Awasas from Laneless were very good. However, and this is a third one from Laneless, which you might not finish. There's still a couple battleships going to work on his base. So Zoc needs to do something as Gala continues to hit the unit cap.
Strategic
rather
launch
large
detected.
ecos. And Nuke, I'm assuming that's another one from... Yep, we can see it. It's going to hit us in the face. Yeah. Nice. You can tell where nukes are going. So this one's going to go into... yeah, it's going to go here. This anti-nuke hasn't been finished. These need to evacuate the island. Or perhaps it'll hit this Navy. That would also be pretty nice. No, it won't. And the amount of navy from Gala isn't very large, and we're also seeing now some cyber tech from Rico, some harms. Bottom side really fighting. Rico and Chip, they know how to stay in the water. They've been doing a very good job of that. Yeah, so Gala takes a hit. Although that nuke placement, maybe not the best. A couple Tech 3 mass extractors survive. And this is going to be critical. This air fight together with the Awasa. Yeah, that Awasa from Laneless, how many kills does it have already? Sitting on 20. Oh. Did that bomb just hit a bunch of ASF? I think you bombed everybody's. It wasn't just Alex's. That was mean. 48 kills. And Alex doesn't have an Air Force anymore. Foley sitting on still 200 ASF. Back to Gala. He's got a nice mix of units, but he is at the unit cap. He does have a nuke loaded. He's got a whole bunch of SCUs, which I'm not sure what kind of upgrades they have. Yeah, it doesn't look like there are any upgrades. They're just stock ACUs.
Strategic launch detected.
Who is this from? Assuming this one's from Gala. And some strats going in from Alex. I don't think these are gonna make it. So even though it looks like the top side has totally been dominating air, overall the losses for the for the top side have been much more severe. The base for Laneless is basically not there. I mean, 133 compared to everybody else is quite low. Hakuto's also been quite damaged, but at least he's got a base. He's making fatties. So Pachurico, if he's unable to keep Tiep on the water, he's going to need to build a very good-looking defensive position. Maybe even get a Scathus or something like that. And I want to see if Zoc lost. Yeah, Zoc lost every single unit. So better placement of the nuke from Gala. So a lot of dead Tempests in this ocean. Definitely a major prize. However, these harms have really kept Pachurico in the ocean. Maybe if Gala was to come in and attack here first and then leave that for last. Multiple Awasas now from Laneless. Yeah, they're going to suppress the Tech 3 naval production. It would also be pretty good against these battleships. Also been a major nuisance. And this anti-nuke would be a primary target. Pretty sure that could be killed here by either some battleship or another Awasa pass. So Awasa with a stream of ASF after it. Although it's not a huge deal. Yeah, the air for the top side has been absolutely gold. Gala having power problems. What the heck is he doing? He started a T4 nuke. Did he just launch another bomb? I think he did. Yeah, I think Tiep is finally going to lose his naval presence. It took Awasas and a massive navy. However, the harms are still alive. Zoc, meanwhile, still in his ocean and building up a major base. Now this is some serious anti-air. That's a lot of Tech JA, not where you want to fly. A major Tech 3 scouting operation from Foley. And even those are having problems. Although, yeah, they're definitely going to make it. A lot of build capacity. This is where you want to spot any kind of game enders. Puerto Rico here in the back's a great piece of intel where the ACUs are. And is that's Tiep on a transport. And that's a Paragon from Tiep. That's another good piece of scouting. So Foley, thank you for letting us know what the heck is going on. Great use of engineers from Gala, dropping on top of harms and reclaiming them. It's definitely some advanced gameplay. Yeah. How is the T4 nuke in production? Power problems continue. And yeah, this beach is dead. This is an impressive blaze spam, but I don't think it's gonna have what it takes. This anti-nuke is the target. Just doesn't die, but the second bomb will take care of it. So no more anti-nuke protection. What is this? Hakuto. Oh wow, attacks his opposite beach. This is a fairly dangerous move. Nice Tech 2 PDs, denying a whole bunch of Tech 3 mass ejectors. See, he can put some cruise missile launch. Yeah, he's got a cruise missile launcher right there. Maybe make some fatties, although that's a very dangerous place to be. It's absolutely not obvious what will happen. We're seeing Zoc not take the lead in terms of mass production. And actually, that's something I want to see, total reclaim for all these people in this. Gala sitting on nearly 200,000. Zoc, very similar numbers, 18. Oh, that's, yeah, 133,000. Alex 42, Foley 11, Tiep 150, Puerto Rico 111, Laneless 46, and Hawk at 69. Going back to Gala. Yeah, these fatties, I used to think fatties were a good anti-naval unit. I mean, the way Navy's played today, they're really kind of a bad unit. They're only really good in 1v1s. This is a very brave Spider taking on a huge amount of Riptides.
Strategic launch detected.
Ooh, will this hit? This could be a pretty devastating nuke if it actually makes it through. Yeah, this could be a nice snipe if we can find an ACU. Will this anti-nuke be able to stop the nuclear missile? That's the question. And why isn't there an... I guess there must have been an anti-nuke right here, which is now dead. Who is this nuke from? This nuke is from Hakuto. Anti-naval nuke. And what's the verdict? That was a good placement from Gala. Although I think that Para might still be alive. Zoc's Navy gets hit as well. And now it's Puerto Rico's turn to get hit. And I'd love to see, yeah, factories from Hawk is going to get a lot of reclaim here, as we're seeing missiles flying all over the place. And, oh, okay, yeah, that's some nice toys from Laneless. Nearly halfway done on the T4 nuke from Gala. And those shells, are those from I think that's just T2 artillery here. Does Zoc have something else here besides this Paragon? His base still looks quite good. But now he's facing a whole bunch of Riptides. There's still a Spider running around here. But these three Awasas, I think those can really change, solve any kind of problem we might have. Secret, yeah, this could be very nice. You can see the stealth field is already up. It's unlikely there's an Omni here. We'll see if Alex spots it. Yeah, he's been spotted. More reclamation. Yeah, the reclamation for Gala has just shot up like by 50,000. He still has so much left. Oh yeah, that's a Spider. An Omni. Yeah, it's a very valuable Omni. So the bottom side, Zoc and Alex have pretty much intact bases. Pecherico's base is getting hit quite hard. Both navies, it's pretty clear what's happening there. Gala is, yeah, he's going to be scouted. They're going to see the T4 nuke. And unless they do something about that T4 nuke, this game is going to be over using this game ender. More nukes from Alex. Some strats running around. So this, I don't think this was ever killed. Oh, and is that a teleport? Yeah, it looks like this is a teleporting. Yeah, that was nice. SCU did a whole bunch of damage.
Strategic launch detected.
Yeah, this there's no radar coverage over there, so there could be secret bases up there. Or if the bottom, if the top side doesn't build an Omni or doesn't scout. And now nukes are going to be directly deployed against Pecherico's base. Awasas have been deployed as well. So I have seen a lot of anti-nukes from Zoc. You can actually build up enough anti-nukes to
strategic launch
deny
detected.
T4 nuke, but you need like 10 or something. And so far even just regular nukes have been causing damage. But overall this is just going to be
Strategic
2
launch
bases
detected.
versus 2. Zoc's base will be the second time it gets hit. Pecherico, yeah, he was Cybern, he must have teleported. The T4 nuke is still alive, but yeah. There's always a nice row of T1 PDEs all around Gallus T4 projects, and you can see that it did work out this time. Together with all this Seraphim shield action. Very hard to kill that. So maybe a bit of desperation from Pecherico. And now I guess, well, we see... My question is, where is Tiep and Lanolus? Man, I don't even know what the heck's happening. I don't remember how they even died. Oh man. Will we see another airfight? Gala in control of the Awasas. Oh, and I think those Awasas just killed everybody's ass. That one, it crashes into the Paragon. Amazing graphics. The Paragon's dead. Ouch. 2 more Awasas are still alive. T4 nuke is completed, making nukes. So now, as long as the top side takes out all the anti-nukes, things are gonna get really ugly. Ooh, a successful teleport from Hawk. Oh, teleporting on top of the mountain, that's a nice move. However,
Strategic launch
oh,
detected.
and he might be able to kill that. That's some weird graphic glitch. It's supposed to be, I guess that's what happens when you teleport onto the mountain. Whole bunch of strats flying around aimlessly here from Foley. It's a luxury that they have. I guess they wanted to avoid the front of Zock's base. Targeting power. And the bombing runs in this game have been absolutely gold. Yeah, this has really been a nice display of air on Settings. And there is a desync. So, this replay is over, but I think it's pretty clear who's going to win. There's a T4 nukes, total air domination. Zock just got bombed. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. Hopefully
Strategic
people enjoy this
launch
one.
detected.
Yeah, but these things we can't really trust what is happening.